You've seen photos of Charles Bursey, but you won't find him listed on Wikipedia or encyclopedias as a prominent member of the Black Panthers. He's not even named in most of those photos. He wasn't the designer of the free breakfast program, but he was a key part. Charles was a cook and server. I first heard about Charles during a lecture former Panthers Chief of Staff David Hilliard was giving. He mentioned how Charles had to fight for his role in the breakfast program. The Panther Party had some issues with women, and most will admit that, even if they argue about how widespread the issue was. But Bursey really wanted to break down the idea of gender norms. He had to fight for his right to do what many saw as women's work. He wanted the apron, he wanted to cook, he wanted to serve the children because feeding kids breakfast was seen as a woman's job. He wanted young kids to see that there was no job too big that a woman couldn't do, and no role so gentle that a man couldn't either. He also married fellow Panther Shelley Sanders, and the first wedding between two Panthers. Bobby Seale presided over their wedding. I really had to dig for information on Charles, but I found an update in the April 17, 1971 copy of the Black Panther. This is when I learned he was the fourth Panther involved in so many articles that failed to name him in the shooting that caused the death of Bobby Hutton, alongside Eldridge Cleaver and David Hilliard. Charles was serving his sentence in San Quentin prison before being transferred to the Susanville work camp. In both places, he drew the ire of guards because he sought to unify Black and Latino groups. One day, he was given an unknown drug for his sinuses. Despite no paperwork ever being filed, he was then placed on a bus and moved back to San Quentin. On the bus, he became ill, violently vomiting. The officers stripped him and left him in an empty cell where he passed out and was left without medical treatment for over half an hour. As the Black Panther newspaper stated, they had finally silenced Charles Bursey.